This is IBM Museum. I did want to give a little bit of a commemoration for getting up to 286 subscribers. It's 286. It's a a number. I don't have any content really regarding that number of 286. I know I'm not recording as much. There's factors for that, but I wanted to do a little bit of a brief video just to say that I do plan on continuing with the channel and going through and releasing videos. It's not going to be one per day anymore or anything like that. But the next video, as we see in the items behind me, are going to be tracing the pinouts. In other words, coming up with a schematic for these external diskette drives. I have them all boxed up and everything else. The risers. I've been actually packing this home and checking a little bit of things there as I go through and filling in pages. But just going through with the voltmeter continuity test, since I do have 3 of these PCBs for the Procom, and also have the correctly keyed adapter for the drive side, how that's keyed up on to only fit particular ways. But this is for the DB37 breakout on the back of the microchannel system, and then the short external DB37 cable. And then up on top here, a little bit out of view, is where I've got that drive, Procom drive, with the DB37 connector on the back of it. We've got a moth or something little making a little cameo appearance there, flying by. But that's the current work, among other things. I mean, there's a lot on my plate to do. There'll probably be a little bit of news later on about a lot of the system BIOSes of PS2s as well. That's been that collection of those items has been proceeding very well, thanks to Major Tom getting it all organized, and we know what particular systems to focus on for their BIOS and gain those contents to that. And there's that little moth again. I've gone through and I read what's called the Bermuda, and that's the Model 76 or the Model 77 PS2 that had planar SCSI. And I've gone through and I've read that EEPROM today, sent it over to Major Tom for him to include that. I have an adapter on the way for going through with the Type 2 Model 70 that I'm going to go through and read. There's one more EEPROM to read on that, and really got the surprise that I've searched through on these TL8662 plus programmers that I have, and it's an excellent programmer, and it supports thousands of parts. But those particular EEPROMs on the Type 2 Model 70 are a little bit unusual. So I've got some adapters, zero insertion force socket on the way in. They'll go through and modify and swap a couple pins to give me compatibility. I went through and searched on that list so much, looking for a compatible pinout part number, and just didn't find anything that was matched up. So go through and create my own. But just this quick little announcement, and it's I'll get back to making videos. It seems like YouTube is saying within the last week was the last video, although it feels like longer for me. I think it is a little bit longer. I think it's just how YouTube counts that. And actually, let me get the screenshot of that, of the 286 subscriber count at this point. So there it is up on the screen. As we see, 286 subscribers. And I'm on the video page and saying that last video of just those, it's got the thumbnail of these, of the Procom drive in there. And so I'll get doing the continuity on those a little bit more and proceeding with fleshing out a little bit more videos on those. But that is all I have for now. If you've liked this update, go ahead and click on that that like button and subscribe to the channel. If this is just coming up and you just happen to see it, you know, still trying to hit on the YouTube algorithm to get the channel noticed, and get far more subscribers, and we can have little specials for as we cross particular numbers, maybe like a 386, or I'd like to get 46 or even beyond. I'd love to have it where the full Intel part number of 80286 instead would be a grand thing, but that's maybe asking for a little bit too much. But, you know, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to it. Tell your friends about it. Get them subscribed as well. And I'll try and get in and produce videos with enough timing to them that always to have some new content up and available. But that's all I have for now. This is IBM Museum. Thank you.